Drop it.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to my lovely lecturer, Dr. Hidayati, my fellow friends and all of the audience. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to this debate session. I am delighted and honored to moderate our session. The opening debate on Alia should falsify receipt, a topic that consideration as the decision we make now will impact future generations and shape the society of tomorrow. Before we go to debate session, I would like to introduce the speaker of the hall. For the affirmative side, the two handsome guy that is Azwan bin Shu'aib and Amsha bin Ayub. Not to forget the opposition side, the beautiful lady and good-looking guy that is Nurul Hazikah binti Abdul Aziz and Madihi Nur Hadi. Without further ado, we will let the speaker discuss further the debate session.
Excellent. Thank you, Muhammad Farhan. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to our lecturers, panelists, and also all my fellow friends. So my name is Azwan bin Shuaib, and it's a great pleasure to be attend to this debate session for this afternoon. So based on the cases that we have studied below, I strongly agree that Alia just should follow what Kama had planned for them, which is to falsify the receipts so then we obtain the money. So I made my point, ladies and gentlemen, I agree what Kama has planned because they still could manage to complete the task that has been given to them successfully if Alia follow what Kama had planned for them as a team. This is because when the workload is shared equally by measure of team and the tasks are allocated accordingly and strength and skills of each member, task is completely faster and efficient. From these situations, Alia still buy the solar panel kit that has been told by their organizations and the villagers still could manage to have their electricity from the solar panel kits that has been buy by Alia. No matter where Alia buy the solar panel kit, the most important thing is the villager can have the electricity. That is what Alia organization want, which is to give the villager electric supply for their accommodation. For me, villager need electricity is more important than where them obtain the solar panel kits or how much it costs. So other than that, Alias could return the favor to Kamal that had her to receive the fellowship, and also Kamal had sent their team with portable light generator to rescue Alia. It was already past down when the power outage is occurred, and nobody was in office to help her. Based on this situation, I believe Kamal had helped Alia several times, and this is the time for Alia to return the favor to Kamal. Whether you are doing verbals or thought thank you note, don't only thank them, but let them know specifically how it helped you. It's make the message seem more genuine. So it's also important for Alia to keep a good relation with Sama so they can work as a team peacefully. So if that something happen in future, Alia still have Kama to help her in future. What Alia do is a good thing because she try to maintain good working environment with other co-workers. The developments of good relationship in the workplace have the potential to improve the mood of employee, making them successful. Employee may feel more connected to each other if the development of relationship with co-worker is excellent. Finally, for me, Kama had planned karma plan has a benefit for them. This is because uh, for me, falsify a receipt is just a normal thing to do in an organ in an event. This can by doing this, they can obtain their pocket money, and because of they are not working in specific working hour, because sometimes when you are in NGO, it's need extra time to complete one event. Because their working hour is not consistent, so they have no overtime payments given to them. That is why falsified receipt is normal to be done in an organization or in any event. The difference between being in NGO workers and also government worker has a huge difference in their working hour principle. This is because usually government worker will have their fixed working hour, which is 8 to 9 hours, compared to NGO worker which is have a not consistent working hour and no overtime working permit. So for me, it's a normal thing for NGO to falsify the receipt. So for the conclusion, I agree that Alia to carry what Kama had planned for them, and I believe I had made a few points, which is the first one, Alia still could manage to complete the task given to her, and the second one, Alia can return the favor to Kama, which is his co-worker, and help her a few times. And finally, it's because the NGO does not have any specific working hour. Now, I look forward to hearing for next participants. Thank you.
Hi,
Thank you,
Azwan.
Azwan. Thank you, Azwan. Okay. Okay. So I am from the opposition side. So I will ask you several questions upon your points just now that you have made. So my first question is, you said that falsifying receipt is a normal thing to do in an organization, right? So why is it a normal thing to do? Uh, Azwan?
Oh, because they doesn't have any specific working hours in NGO worker. That's why a falsified receipt is normally they do for their to obtain extra money for their extra working hour.
Okay, but don't you think that when this is normalized, the an organization could go bankrupt somewhere?
I believe that is not being happen because normally the worker will find something that a lot more cheaper for them to falsify the receipt, which is to obtain their money.
Okay. Thank you, Azwan, for the answered questions. So right now, I am from the opposition side. Based on what the affirmative side has said, the idea of Alia helping Kamal is not wrong, but it is to actually repay Kamal's kindness. Firstly, from the opposition side, the idea of helping in this situation is not actually helping in a professional's perspective. Although it does seem like helping, deep down, Alia knows that this is wrong. My point is, Alia is hesitating to falsify the receipt because she knows that when she falsifies receipt, it is the same as an act of falsifying document. Performing this activity is considered as a heinous crime. For now, I'll provide an example. Let's say that your company asks you to travel and they will support all your expenses throughout the journey. They just need you to provide evidence of the journey's expenses. So your bright mind starts to think that this is the chance for you to falsify some of the receipts so you could acquire some money from there for your own needs. I would say that this is a greedy move, but however, without thinking of the consequences, you perform this falsifying document. From this act, when your company is audited, the auditor can easily detect where is the falsified document. So the organization will know that this is your doing because all the evidence is under your name. So you will only see that this activity that you perform is actually unfeasible. So you will regret at the end of the day that you performed such act. In other words, falsifying document may seem trivial in one's view, but when you are involved, you may be convicted of crime. You can be arrested and sent to jail if you are found guilty, and this may leave a stain on your career. Hence, this will lead to companies avoiding to recruit you. On the other hand, based on the second point from the affirmative side, in my opinion, I humbly disagree with normalizing of falsifying documents. From my view, when normalizing this act, an organization could fall and become bankruptcy when it is done often. Instead of gaining money, the organization is actually losing money when false documentation is done because they are paying for something that is not real. So with that, I wrap up my points with falsifying document is actually wrong. Thus, I humbly disagree with it.
Okay, is there any question from the opposition side?
I got a question. Zika, do you know when is your company is audited?
Usually, the company will be audited at least once a year to get track of the money going in and going out usually.
I see. Thank you for the answer.
All right. So now I will pass to the next speaker.
Hi, Assalamualaikum, and thank you to all of you. I strongly agree with Azwan's point. Firstly, is because of they could complete their task to provide the portable solar panel to the villagers. So, the villagers could live happily because of the electrical supply by Alia's company. And secondly is Alia can return the favor to Mr. Kamal because of Mr. Kamal helped her a lot in the past while Alia is conducting her task. Moreover, this is the effective ways to improve their relationship among their teammates, which is can be good environment in their workplace to avoid any circumstances beyond their control. Moreover, the main point is be willing to help. Right. Human beings are naturally social creatures, and when you consider that we spend 1/3 of our life at work, it's clear that good relationship with colleagues will make our jobs more enjoyable. Furthermore, it will benefit your relationship with your co-workers if you demonstrate a sincere willingness to help them with their work from time to time. We all need a little help once in a while. Be willing to give you time and energy patiently and in an encouraging way. If someone asks you to do a little help, do so if you can. Workers who only focus on their own agenda without considering others don't come across as a team players. Based on my understanding, Alia and Kamal found an alternative ways, which is to buy the solar panel kit even if it's out of Perak state. Moreover, Alia and her teammate found a more cheaper solar panel kit than her organization expectation. It can save a lot of her organization money. Furthermore, Alia and Mr. Kamal could use the balance money to provide other things to the villagers, such as foods, clothes, or gifts to make them more happier. On top of that, Alia and Mr. Kamal can prove their worthy to their organization and can conduct many more charity events in the future. In a perfect world, your contribution will always be acknowledged. Your boss will automatically recognize you for going above and beyond and give you a little raise to boot. Right? Based on my research, Alia and Kamal is from non-government organization, which is NGO parties, which is usually called as fostering dependence. As a non-government workers, usually seek more revenue from allowance. They may favor programs directed by internal agency which sometimes pay higher rates than NGO parties. Even when donors set rates that not exceed non-government rates, the revenue from allowance still foster dependence. As a result, civil servants have less incentive to advocate for a living wage or fairer compensation package from their own company, just like Alia and Kamal organization's company. Some people may believe that the negative impact of allowance need to be considered in relation to other development problems. According to this argument, while per diem policies may create distortion and change attitude of health workers, rather than trying to address the problem of the per diem culture, we make a greater progress in development by addressing poverty or improve health service. Based on the point that I have been stated, I believe Alia should follow what Mr. Kamal had planned for them because of Mr. Kamal has more experience compared to Alia and her teammates to handle this kind of organization. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you for lending us your ears. Any question?
Okay, I'm from the opposition side. I have a question for you. So, why do we need a good environment in the workplace?
Oh, thank you for the brilliant question. Right. For me, in my opinion, why it is important to have a good working environment is the physical environment of a workplace greatly affects the positivity within the firm. Great energy can be created by an attractive, comfortable physical environment. This energy ultimately enhances productivity and success. A clean work environment without much clutter allows employees to focus on their goals. Right, thank you Mari for the question. That's all from me. Thank you.
All right. Assalamualaikum to everyone here. I'm from the opposition side. I will present my my point that will support Nur Hazika point. So based on the case which is involving Kamal and Alia, and also for the Solar Excel and the fellowship program. So what should Alia do based on the case? Based on the case, so Alia should not falsify the receipt for Solar Excel, as it is not the right thing to do in a working environment, and it is very unethical for the organization. she the if she did the falsifying receipt, she could get into a lot of trouble. One of the things that will become a trouble for Alia, she could be caught. She could be caught by the auditor, and she might take the blame all by herself, while Kamal will just can just walk away with the money that he have received through 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 falsifying the receipt and pretend he doesn't know anything at all, and Alia will just take all the blame by herself. When this kind of thing happen, Alia will lose the trust from the fellowship program because uh, she did the wrong thing for the company. Besides that, in the worst case scenario, Alia will lose her position at the university fellowship program. Uh, to add on the position that she has lost, her reputation as a worker and as an individual will drop will drop because of the case that just happened to her. So as for speaker one, which is Mr. Azwan, he said that Alia should help Kamal by falsifying the receipt. Based on this, based on this point, this is mainly because Kamal always there for Alia when she is in trouble, and whenever Alia needs some help and or she is in trouble, Kamal is always there, and Kamal usually will help her whenever Alia is in trouble. Because of that, Alia need to repay him for what he have done, and Kamal is a good person for helping her various time during her during her having a problem. So if he the Kamal is a good person, he should have not asked Alia to falsify the receipt, which can make Alia in a lot of trouble. For the ethic in a working environment, it is most probably a bad thing to do because it is unethical and does not bring any benefit for Alia as well. Uh, so that's all for me. All right, thank you. Is there any question?
Okay,
Yes,
Mr.
Mary, I
Majid.
got one question for you. I'm
Uh,
gonna ask about the auditor.
Okay.
Uh, why does an auditor is involved in the case between Kamal and Alia?
And okay, Mr. Amsha, I will answer your question.
Thank you.
Auditors are specialists who review the account of companies and organizations to ensure the validity and legality of their financial record. Usually, auditor will check the financial record, which is also involving the receipt uh, when the company have purchased something. So when there is something involving a receipt, Alia will have a hard time to falsify the receipt, and lastly, Alia will be caught because the receipt that she do does not uh, does not the same for the does not the same with the company receipt. All right, that's all for me.
Thank you, Mari, for answer my question.
All right, you're welcome.
Alhamdulillah, we have finished discuss the session. There are pros and cons to this debate topic. From the affirmative side, they agreed to falsify the receipt. This is because Alia and Kamal can easily complete the task that has been given to them successfully. Besides, Alia can return the favor to Kamal that has helped her before. It is important to keep a good relationship Alia with Kamal since they have been worked together for a long period. This will give an advantage to Alia in the future because Kamal will help Alia again in the future. Last but not least, from the first speaker, falsifying the receipt will give benefit to them. The third speaker support the first speaker. The third speaker from the affirmative side also said they have found alternative ways to buy the solar panel kit. Alia and Kamal also can prove they are worthy to their organization and can conduct much more charity events in the future. The opposition side do not agree to falsify the receipt. The second speaker has spoken that is not a professional's perspective because it is the same as an act of falsifying a document. It will make the thing worse when the audit is performed. Alia can found guilty when she would realize the unfeasibility activities. The second speaker also said Alia may convict a crime. Alia may arrest and spend time in jail if she is found guilty. The consequences of falsifying the receipt may leave a stain on Alia's career. Falsifying receipt may lead to a bankruptcy of the organization because the organization loses its money because of false documentation. Not to forget, first speaker of the hall, he said it is unethical to the organization. The organization may lose trust toward Alia because of falsifying the receipt. Alia may lose her position in the fellowship program. This will make her reputation towards Alia will drop. The first speaker also said that if Kamal is a good friend, he should not asking Alia to falsify the receipt because the consequence is bigger. In my opinion, the affirmative side gives a good point and elaborate with a good example. They convey the speech very fluently. They grab the audience attention. I am not supporting falsifying the receipt is a good way. The result of the moral issue would be falsified by the receipt. Getting immoral activity in organization not only impact the organization but more importantly leaves a great effect on the employee. You might start questioning yourself whether that is the person you want to be and how you did feel it everyone offered you unethical conduct in your company. We are responsible for our action. It teaches us who we are as individuals having outstanding ethical conduct. It offers a good understanding of what our beliefs and morals are. Overall, it is important to have strong ethics everywhere we go. It tells me how you have been educated in your home. Your principle and human morality will all be inferred as part of the ethics that you have. The easiest way I found to discourage immoral activity in the workplace would be to have a code of ethics. It may come in form of book or paper. It's also necessary to have it on display. Whenever we are unsure about the decision that we are going to make, we should still go back and refer to the code of conduct. As described above, it gives the community and employee what their goals are within a business enterprise. The code of conduct contained in the company and the workplace provides a good person with act of deemed to be right or wrong and the consequences that can face it if they are breached.